were you kind of like the go-to man? So when you said it was good, people...
Well, before the film was running, I told you that Artifact of Radio has taken me 5 years. But in the words of Nelson Mandela, my work here is done.
My work here is done.
My work here is done. So basically, I am not a radio presenter. I am not a DJ. I am a musician who loves music. But I have to present a radio show because they won't play the bloody records, and I have to make the music that isn't being made.
But you stay in the shadows and out of the limelight, really, and that is why it was interesting when I researched your history, Rusty. I was amazed to see how many people you were involved with.
Yeah, I still am.
Still am. But what I'm saying is, you as you say, you steer clear of the limelight, and it comes back to what I was talking about. The people these days that just want the fame, but when you read deeper into it, they've got no substance.
Well, you see how long this desk is?
Yes.
You can get like 12 people around this desk. Well, a solid state Logic 6000 series studio mixing desk,
yes,
with a computer, with all the toys, is in Metropolis Studios in Chiswick. Okay, well, the name Metropolis was my name. And I own Metropolis Records. And it was inspired by Fritz Lang movie Metropolis.
Yes.
Which was about working people to die, working them to death.
Yes.
In a grey, horrible industrial 1984, which he made in the 1930s or 40s, right? Which was futuristic with flying cars, okay. Sure. But the idea of the Metropolis was David Bowie came from Bromley. The idea of the Metropolis was that we're all nobodies from the suburbs, from outside of Melbourne in your case or whatever. We're all nobodies and we go into the Metropolis where the electricity happens because we meet other people and those other people inspire you and you live on no money and eating cans of baked beans and you go out every night and you go straight to work on a coffee and you basically find something in the Metropolis and your mum's going, are you all right? Are you eating well? And you're going, yeah, I'm great. And you're starving, you've got no money. But you've got something that you believe is your destiny. And you go to Metropolis and you get what you call your first break. So I'm one of those people that says it exactly as it says on the can. And 9 out of 10 people don't like it. You're not the lead singer. No, but I'm the lead singer. You're not the lead singer. You know? And they don't like it. And why don't you get rid of the drummer? What? He's my mate, and he's got a van. I know, but you don't need him. He's bringing nothing to the table, you know. Oh, why don't you just get a Revox? Why don't you wear this? Why don't you look at that? Why don't you listen to this album? Why don't you read that book? Why don't you see this movie? And those people that come into the Metropolis suddenly get down another road. They soon forget who directed them. And they go, yeah, I made my first album, da 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 da. They just forget that bit. And that's all I've ever done is direct traffic. Even if it was like talking to a girl in New York called Madonna who wants to make her first record and is going out with the DJ that is a friend of yours, and then you hear the demo and you go, yeah, it's good.
Is that Material Girl?
No, you're way late.
Way late.
It's called Everybody, her first record.
Everybody.
And there is a UK mix. And if you go on Madonna.com, it says the UK mix is actually by Rusty Egan, except he wasn't credited. But it was sent out to all the DJs. If you look on my profile, you see Yellow, I Love You.
Yes.
Rusty Egan mix sent out to all the DJs. Brought to London, put on at the club, signed Frank Goes to Hollywood, first ever gig, Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams, even though the tourists were all right. Annie Lennox was always going to do it, and I was always a supporter. But she had to do that horrible cover version, I Only Want to Be With You, which is a record company interfering.
Of course.
But they did go to Connie Plank. Who's Connie Plank? Oh, the guy who did Eurythmics. No, the guy who did Ultravox. Oh, the guy who did Ultravox, that's right. And so on and so forth. So anyway, the point really is directing traffic the Human League were finished after Martin Ware left. But there was a bloke called Martin Rushing who was really kind and let me convince him to let us record in his garage the first Visage album.
Okay.
He said, but the studio's not built and I've got a solid state Logic set. I said, we don't need it. What? We don't need all that. It's very simple what we do. You plug in a drum machine and you sync it. How do you do that? There's no thing called MIDI. You can't sync it. Well, we can. It's a TR-808 Roland drum machine. We can take the back off it and we can get into it and we can send it through a channel into my SDS3 drums. What's your SDS3 drum? That's my Dave Simmons drums, which is the drums on basically my drum sound. Oh, no, that's Phil Collins' drum sound. No, Phil Collins was in 1980. Mine was in 1978 when I recorded with Bill Nelson and I made Charade with the Skids. And the beginning of that sounds a bit like Enola Gay, which was a year later. Oh, yeah, but it's the same drum machine. Oh, okay. So you just programmed a drum machine. That's right. So 40 years later, if you go on YouTube and you put in U2, Love is Bigger Than Anything in Its Way, there are 3 mixes. One of them has got an Arturio drum machine. And Phil Collins' drum machine was a CR78, and it went, and it was a silent boom, boom. I can feel it, right? So there's a boom. There's a silent.
Yeah.
You can't record it, it's just silent, but it's a feeling.
Yeah.
And you think, well, it doesn't go boom, bap, boom, boom. It goes boom, 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 boom. And the keyboards, right?
That's right, yeah.
I can feel it coming in here tonight. And I thought, love is bigger than any. I thought, wow, I'm going to do that like In the Air Tonight. I'm just going to have the chords and I'm going to have a little drum machine. Did that mix, then did one without the drums, just the ambient. And then I thought, well, they're going to want one with guitars. It's U2, you know. So I'll put the guitars back in, and then, I'll put the backing vocals back in. And I'll put that. So in the end, I put like a load of the band in. And I thought, well, that little drum, it's not enough now. So I programmed a drum beat on an Arturio plug-in. You can get a hard one, but it's a soft one. Anyway, so I made that. YouTube loved it, released it. It goes on YouTube, and a bloke called Ben Lee Brand, who I respect immensely, he's done my favourite mix of about 3 or 4 songs. Hot Chocolate, he's done a great mix of Hot Chocolate, down, 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 down. And he's done a great In Excess, and he's a really good Dutch 80s remixer. So rather than write to Rusty Egan, say, hey Rusty, your drum track really sounds like my version of In the Air Tonight, which I did in 2000 and whatever. He writes, Rusty Egan stole my drums.
Really?
And of course, I log in and go, Ben Lee Brand, what drums are you talking about? And he goes, I Google Ben Lee Brand, and I find In the Air Tonight, and I hear, and then I go, program In the Air Tonight drums, Phil Collins, search. Hey, what's up guys? This is me, I'm in LA, and I'm gonna show you how to program the Phil Collins In the Air Tonight drums. Hi, I'm going to show you how to program on the CR78, the In the Air Tonight drums. Hi, I'm just another guy and I'm a programmer and I'm in Holland and I'm going to show you how to program the In the Air Tonight drums. And I wanted to say to Ben Lee Brand, you programmed the In the Air Tonight drums like 200 other fucking people. I'm a drummer. You know what I mean? You do not own a program of a drum. And I do not own Enola Gay because I had the same drum machine that went. I do not own that. I am the drummer on the theme tune to Top of the Pops, which some people think is a machine, because I had my own drum sound.
Oh.
And I don't own that drum sound. And as a matter of fact, I programmed a drum sound with a bloke called J.J. Jezelik, who had a machine that nobody could work. It was called a Fairlight.
A Fairlight, yeah.
And I made a drum sound with him. Took me a day. And I thought, with one finger, I could press a keyboard and I got this massive drum sound. I absolutely loved it. And I created a track called Beat Boy in 1983 or 4. And then J.J. Jezelik was in a band. I didn't know that. I thought he was a guy that you hired. And he brought out a record. And his record was The Art of Noise, with the most amazing drum sound. And I sent him a message, which would have been using a phone or a telex. And I said, "Oi, that's my drum sound." And he said, "You can't copyright a drum sound."
There you go.
He said, "You should have kept the floppy disk."
Guys, can I just say, this is a blast for me. I just love the straight talk and the no bars held kind of thing. So we can do a bit of a Q&A, some quick fire rounds to you.
Quick fire.
So you've just come off tour with Midge Ure now.
Midge Ure 1980 Visage Vienna tour is going for a long time.
Okay.
And before he decided to do that tour, I said, well, why don't we try and get the whole band together? And he's a clever guy. He thought, yeah, let's see you try and sort that out.
And you did?
Well, no. Billy Curry's retired.
Yes.
Would love Billy Curry. John McGeer, R.I.P. Barry Adamson, superstar on Mute Records. Got about 20 albums out.
Yeah.
Unavailable. Dave Formula owns the Sweet Factory recording studios. He's writing and producing and making loads of music and has a lovely life. So Midge said, well, that's just you and me then.
Oh, yeah. I see.
So I went, great, I'll play the drums. He said, no, I've got a drummer. So there's your quick fire. Well, what do you want me to do then? Well, just sing, hit a few drums, let the other bloke break a sweat.
Yeah.
Join me for like 6, 7 songs.
Yeah.
Can we do Glorious? Yes. All right, I'll do it. And then he said, but why don't you DJ for half an hour, be the warm-up act?
Oh, yes.
And I went, yeah, all right. I've done that loads of times. So the first night, I open the curtains, my DJ gear's ready to go, and I look at an audience of 60-year-old people who haven't been to a club for 30 years. And I go back and say, Midge, they're all sitting down in a theatre, ready to hear you singing Vienna and Fade to Grey. Yeah. No one's going to get up dancing if I play Soft Cell and all that. Why don't I play a song and talk a little bit?
Okay.
So I did, and it went down a real storm. And Midge said, can you play more songs and talk less? So I tried the next night to play more songs and talk less. And the bottom line was, I asked the audience. I said, right, I could press play, and I've got David Guetta's finger here. It's amazing. You just go like that. And then I don't have to do anything. Or would you like me to tell you a story about that record? And they went, we want the stories. So the bottom line was, I would play Gary Newman, or I would play John Fox, or I would play Kraftwerk, and I'd tell them a little story. And oh God, 30 minutes went like that. And I did about 20 gigs, and the response was really good. So I thought I could be a comedy act.
You could.
I'm joking. I just thought, to be honest with you, I have had meetings with people who have said, why don't you do a book? Because everyone's done a book. And I said, well, okay, I didn't shag Madonna. So is that book any good? As a matter of fact, I didn't shag Steve Strange, Marilyn, or Boy George either, because I'm a heterosexual. As a matter of fact, I didn't do anything that you want me to put into that book.
That's just it.
And what I do want to put into that book, and what I do want to talk to you about, you're not interested in.
They won't publish.
And I'm not interested in going on a sofa at 7 o'clock in the morning to a breakfast time person. I am not interested in talking, you can't say that because legally.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I'm going to go on a stage, I'm going to say it as it is.
Yeah.
If you want to send me a writ and I'm ready for it. So I'll just get a good lawyer. So in the meantime, I didn't shag Madonna, but I would have done if she'd asked me. But then again, I would have cheated on my mate. There was another DJ. But that's the point. Media is so low, isn't it? So low. So common denominator. So bleh.
Can I jump in and ask you, we spoke before this video, what are your honest feelings, and I'm sure we're going to get an honest answer here. What do you think of the music industry as it stands at the moment?
Well, I've got a very good friend called Andy McNabb,
No.
who is an expert in artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm a big fan of Elon Musk, who revolutionized 4 different industries.
Yes.
In order for there to be a musical revolution, it has to be a whole new way. And a whole new way means, let's imagine a future without Facebook. Not far away. Really not far away. After all the exposés, after, they're going to be gone. They know they're going to be gone, but they will come back as something else. Pencilcase.com. The same people. Apple are stockpiling money. They have more money than you can believe. They have so much money, and not one Steve Jobs. Not one bright spark. Google, in the meantime, are nicking every bright spark that ever comes out of any college, university, anywhere that has anything like anything that is genius. They want him. So, what's happening in the music industry is the music industry know their days are numbered. So them and Spotify are going to squeeze every single last drop out of every copyright that they own until the day arrives that somebody comes up and says, but we don't need you anymore. We've got blockchain, we've got the Ethereum platform, we've got cryptocurrency, and I can actually upload my own music, watch it all over the world, manage it, control it, and have sync rights and predetermined smart contracts. You know it's already here, don't you? And you know we're coming to get you. But unfortunately, everybody's got a price. And they all sell out. And the only people that have ever sold out are all the people that are all successful. Successful people sold out. They sold out on their dream. They sold out. Did they stand in a shop window of a record shop on the Charing Cross Road in 1980 and say, I want that synth. I want to start a band. Why did you want to do that? What did you want to say? What did you want to do? And then in 2000, you're responsible for what? What? You're embarrassed to say it. You're embarrassed to say that you are responsible for all that crap. All of it. It's all because people sell out. You can't go home to the wife and say, look what I got. Look what I got. Proudly. Because, that's for Teletubbies, mate. Yeah, but look how much money I made. Yeah. It's not about the money. You're not the guy that I met when he was 19 with a synthesizer. You're a guy who just made money out of Teletubbies or some other crap. I'm very happy you make money, but that's not why I fall out of bed. What I just said to you, I have a vision of the future and I'd like to make it happen, but I'm also not stupid. I'm not Elon Musk. I know that. But I know there are people around who are also tuned into the same thing. So your pain and your angst is shared by the people who watch your channel,
yes,
and the people who listen to my music. But hold it, heavy metal is also underground.
Yes.
There are people in death metal bands that have been ignored for 20 years and they've got 20 albums out.
Yes.
And there are people that have got their tattooed all over them and they love that band and and that band will not do anything outside of that genre. They might have a song in a horror movie, might have reached a few more people. There might be a track in Stranger Things, and they go, oh, we've reached some more people. But they will never sell out. And unfortunately, all we're witnessing is
selling out.
I want to be famous.
Yes.
Well, sing this song that we wrote for you that sounds a little bit like a country and western record, but we changed it into a dance record because some bloke called Marshmallow did it. Marshmallow isn't a real person. He's just a bloke with a marshmallow on his head. He's actually a ghost producer. And a ghost producer is actually a really clever little fucker in a studio that can make all these sounds and rip off anyone that sounds a little bit like Deadmau5. Because Deadmau5 is actually quite a genius and he's really good. So if you're really good, they'll find you, they'll rip you off, they'll find the computer you use, the synth you use, the sound you use, they'll copy it, they'll chuck it in there, and it'll sound like Ace of Base. But it's not Ace of Base. Well, it was Ace of Base, but then we just decomposed it, changed the key, and then we added another top line. Oh, what top line? Give me tonight. You don't have to get away. Oh, that's Shannon. I know it's Shannon. But if you do this to it, give me tonight. It doesn't sound like Shannon, does it? No. Great. Well, we'll get away with it if, we harmonise it. And then what happens is, where there's a hit, there's a Rick. Oh. What's her name? Taylor Swift gets sued by publisher. Shake It Off is really something from 1982. That's right, it is, isn't it? My Sharona, shake it off, shake it off, oh no, shake it off, shake it off. Fucking rubbish. You're selling us rubbish. But you're really good at it. Mind you, so are Daft Punk. The reason why they wear helmets, they can't show their faces because they stole everything. At least they admit it. That's the only difference. They admit it. We stole it. Hello, Nile Rodgers. You're the real genius, aren't you? I know. But at least they admitted it, And they do a great job. And they present it really well. It's just the thieves I hate. The thieves I hate who go, my new record. You go, it's not your record. It's not your record. You didn't write it. Well, no, I sampled it and looped it. David, get his fingers back again. Hey? So, there are people really good at doing that. Okay. In the meantime, there's a band called Empathy Test who've played 300 gigs and get ignored. I tag them, send them to Boy George, and he goes, oh my God, I love the Empathy Test. So, Midge Ure is now got on tour with the Tiny Magnet Pets. They're also on tour with OMD. Shelter have been on tour with Erasure and Human League. And Empathy Test, I hope, get Depeche Mode. So what I'm hoping is that old people recognise that there are young people that need their help.
Yes.
And what you're doing and what I do and what Artifact Radio does and what our friends do that love the music is we're just people that are trying to help those musicians to reach more people, which is why I'm here. So really, I don't want to be famous. I want to say my work here is done and everybody carries on. Then I can go back into my own private little world and carry on loving music, making music and doing what I do. I don't want to be, hi, you're on radio, blah, 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 and it's me, your furry friend. And I've been brought to you by a brand I don't give a shit about. No, I don't want to do anything. Yeah, stop, Rusty. Here comes our station break. I don't want to do it. You're now on K-Rock, and we've got a guy from England who's fat and overweight, but you don't know that because we're a radio station. Yeah, and he will play what we tell him to play because he's got a wife and kids and a pool, and he comes from Bromley, and he lives in LA. No, I don't want that. And that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah, you are resonating with so many people.
Yeah, well,
you are resonating with so. And I think you should spearhead this movement.
No, I don't want to do it.
Your work here is not done.
My work here is done. Have you heard of Confidence Man?
I haven't.
And I thought they were. Yay! Okay, Sophie Tucker. Yeah, Das Body. Yeah, I could go on and on and on. There are amazing acts out there making great music, appealing to young people, and there are amazing load of young people, including my own son, who are into, but they didn't know it. It's like that. They go, oh, well, I've heard the Drake album, I've got the Kanye West album, I think Kendrick Lamar's amazing. I go, okay, have you heard that? Yeah, no. Well, you haven't heard it. And then I go, let's look at 6 music playlists. Guitar band, jangly guitar band. Oh yeah, they're on a massive record label. Oh look, they've all got lovely haircuts and lovely clothes and lovely guitars and lovely videos and shit music. It's just shit music from the beginning. Look at bloody New Order and Joy Division in a warehouse, nothing in it, bare. Look at that photograph in 1975. Nothing in there. A drum kit, a bass, an amp, and 1 synth. Do 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 shadow do. Come on, it's so simple. If you haven't got that in the first place, you haven't got it. Which is when I said you're not the lead singer. You haven't got it. Yeah, I know, but we've got the clothes and the guitar and the amp and the record company, the label and the label. You've got everything but. I don't need that. I don't care you got the... All I need is I tell everybody, can you sing that song with a finger pop? They go, what? I just do that. One man on a lonely platform, one case sitting by his side. All ever wanted, all ever needed is here in my heart. So, I don't get that. Take away everything. What have I got? I haven't got it. Yeah, but it's produced by him, the synthesizer's him, the amp is that, the video is that. I don't care. You haven't got it. You haven't got it. Yeah. Ed Sheeran, you haven't got it. You haven't got it. You've got what the record companies want. You've got the painting by numbers. Here's a little chorus, and here's a little bridge, and here's a little, and you're my little friend, and we went to school together, and I saw in your eye, when you turned around, you went high, you went low, you went black, you went white, and it rhymes. And let's do it one more time. I will go O-O-R-E-E. Every song that sounds like the same song over and over again. And it is rubbish. You're back to Ace of Base. Da 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 da, ba ba da. You're back to Ace of Base. It's all the same bloody song. We know it because we're older, but you're 12, aren't you, love? You're the target market, aren't you? You're 12 years old and you think it's amazing because you don't know shit. You don't know shit. But guess what? You've probably got a credit card at the age of 12 and you live in 90120. Target market. But are we just old people moaning?
No.
Well, I was only a 21-year-old unemployed kid when I started that club that we talked about an hour ago. I was the one that went in there and said, can I borrow your record collection? David Bowie fan. And went to and bought a few records on vinyl. Human League. I stood in rough trade like 6 hours with the guy going, all right, let me play you that. No. TVOD, what's that? TVOD, what's that? I want that. And then you discovered the B-side, Warm Liberate. Oh my God. Brilliant. Play another song. Come on, mate. Is there anything with a it? Well, is this band from Liverpool? You know, red, white light, red frame, white light. Put it on. Oh, I love it. I love that. And that was it. You know, there was like 20 songs, you know, and I found them and I played them and everybody went, I love it. What is that? You go, they exist. They were there. Yeah. You know? But me, I contact them. Daniel Miller, 16 Decoy Avenue in Neatham. Ding! That was his fucking. You have to go around their house and send a letter. So I contact them and I invite them to my club and I introduce them to people and then they bring their friends and then they bring friends. So what you're doing on YouTube, having a channel, we can only hope that everybody that watches this has got 10 friends that should be watching this. And that way, we might be like that heavy metal band. That heavy metal band that have made 18 albums, all in love with Satan. And they've got tattoos that are about the second track of side 2 of the third album. They live and die for that music. And so do we, you know. The music industry make money. That's what they do, you know. They're a bit like the Premier League. There's a load of football clubs, and there's people who love football, and they love some third division team since they were a boy, and they're never going to not love that team. But they don't get a look in. They don't get nothing. They don't even get in the local paper, you know. But you love it. So I think really we're now in the third division behind 180 billion sales of Shake It Off with a lawsuit against every single artist in the charts because every one of them have ripped off someone else, you know.